Welcome back. And it's that time again. Ask anything. We really appreciate you sending in your questions, and we are doing our best to make sure that we give you concise answers. So we've got the teacher in the house. Lorie, why is baptism so important?
Well, baptism is going public, something that is already private. See, baptism is a public declaration of an inward decision. It's like a wedding ring. So this wedding ring symbolizes that I am married. I already made the choice. I said yes. I took the vows to belong to my husband, and I wear the wedding ring as a symbol so that everyone publicly knows who I belong to. And baptism actually is a public demonstration that you belong to Jesus. Baptism doesn't save you, but it is a picture that you are saved, that you have put your trust in the death and the resurrection of Christ, and now you're walking in new life. So baptism is very important to go public. Our Heavenly Father said, if you go public with me, I'll go public with you. So it's a very important thing that solidifies our own faith and makes it known to others. We testify before the heavenlies and before other people as well. Brian, here's one for you. What is the origin of the different races?
Before I answer that, say, great answer. Thank you for that. When you look at the Bible, the biblical view, and I'm not talking about from Darwin evolutionary view, but I'm talking about a biblical view. What we realize is through one couple, through humanus, from the earth, God created man. And that man, he allowed him the power to procreate, to join with God. It says in Genesis chapter 1, 26 and 27, the NIV, then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds of the air in the sky, and over the livestock and the wild animals. So God created mankind in his own image. Paul, the apostle, that great pioneer of the faith, he said something, and this I love, because he says this in Acts chapter 17, 26, and he continues to follow along with that theme. He said, God made of one every nation, every ethnos of men to dwell on the face of the earth. So when you look at races are a part of God's DNA, but we all have the same genetic pattern. So really, races are a construct of man, but God himself made Adam, and he made distinctives as well. And I love that, when you start looking at this from the divine vantage point, there is no diversity and there's no ethnicity. I remember they did a study, and they asked a Hebrew rabbi, and they asked him, if we could tell you that there are people on the other side of the world that look completely different than you, but they are your brothers, would you say yes? Well, he says, I just say brother. They swabbed his mouth, and they found out people that look like me and people that look like you, Lorie, they were exactly the same. What the rabbi had to do is say, brother. So really, there's no diversity. We're all underneath the skin the same. So I pray that helps you, and that's your Ask Anything.